Hello Blender heads, I hope you guys are doing well and having a wonderful day. I do come bearing bad news. The old Blender pose library has been removed. So if you care for that, yeah, it's pretty sad. But on the bright side, we have a new and awesome replacement. And for this case, the grass was really greener at the other side. So let's get started. Once you're done rigging your character and having it ready for posing and animation, the next step is to go to the user preference, especially if it's your first time for using the asset pose library. You want to click on the preference and search for pose library. So once you have that, you want to enable the animation pose library. And once you do that, you should also save this so you can always have it enabled. You want to drag this corner right here and bring it out. And we want to switch this window to the asset browser. So right now we cannot see any entry for us to save our pose. What you want to do is to go to, you want to select your rig, go to pose mode, and you will see here in the animation tab we have this new add-on enabled because we have this enabled now. So if I turn it off, you can see we lose that, and if we have this enabled, you can see we have more options here. Okay, and now you can create any pose and just click on create pose. So let's create one quickly. So I'm going to move our hands here, something random, and then I want to select all the bones I want to affect that pose and just click on create pose, and we can see it quickly created a pose. So you can select this, and by pressing N you can have the edit menu where you could change the name. So we could call this hand, and it reflects here. You can also use some of the cool features that comes with the pose library. They are not a lot, but they are quite intuitive. So we have the flip pose, we have apply, we have interactive blend. So what we can do, and you can even select the bones for that particular pose. So it's a very nice way to group your bones. So if we click on interactive blend, you can see we can move the slider and get this. So if you right click, if you're using the right click, you will see some options, but if you're not using the right click, you can press W to get more options. So you can have apply pose, blend pose, and clear asset. The idea is once you save if you save this file, all the poses are going to be saved with it. So that's the way you store it. You don't need to store it in a different folder, so it makes it quite intuitive and kind of like the old system, so you're not really losing much switching to this particular new method. So how do you create thumbnails? You could import your thumbnail preview here, or you could create one right here in Blender. So let's do that. To enable that, you have to go to add your camera, and if you press Ctrl Alt 0, it's going to center the camera. You're going to get into the camera view, so we're going to click on this view and enable the camera to viewport, and then we can use the camera as we use the viewport usually. And let's say we want to pose the head. Okay, so we just make it there, and now we'll select the head bone and just pose it randomly. So if we select these two bones and click on the animation tab and create new pose, we can see it creates the pose, and now we have thumbnails. So this is very nice, and you can just go ahead and rename it. And remember, if you press this W key, the context menu, you can have some options to clear it. If you use the right click, you can right click and have the same options. You could also flip your pose especially if you have the correct naming, which is _L _R. So you could use some of this flip pose system. So that's it for this particular tutorial. I hope it was straight to the point and you understood it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you wish to see more from me, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So bye bye for now, see you next time.